We live. We live. This is the Over 30 Podcast. And this is solstice.
Thankful I'm much more awake. I needed some space. I think I
And
was
what was it called? Start with the C. I forget. But we gonna break it down today though. We're gonna break it down today.
Thankful I'm much more awake.
It'd be easier when we get
I think I was feeling away. It wasn't always so great, but shit wasn't always so great. Let me explain. I'm from a place where it's kill to be killed or not for a night.
So once Tisha get all the material together, we'll start the show. As usual, when y'all come in, make sure y'all say what's up. Holla at us in the comments. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. We breaking it down. Niggas talking about superpowers. It's about to be the great. It's the great conjunction. It was a great transition that just passed, and you gonna understand why you should give a fuck about it.
Children of Jacob collecting was due. Word to the wise and even the fools. Open your heart and learn to improve.
Cause y'all know this Tisha shit.
This shit to undo. So learn to forgive and learn to remove the demons inside that's holding you close. Till next time, I let one go. Strengthen your mind, protect your soul, protect your soul.
So as we wait for her to come in, like I said, man, make sure y'all share it. That's how we grow the audience. That's how we get more of y'all in here. Shout out to the homie Ben Brooks. The great conjunction, folks. What does it mean? Jupiter and Saturn is doing shit. I'm gonna go ahead and share it.
I know it. Nigga, I'm special, I'm glowing. Showing if I show up a shogun. It's killing them knowing it's showing. I'm weaving the hate like a sewing. It's freezing these days, it's snowing. When it all turned so cold, or was it just me? And I never noticed all of this evil is tough for the focus. All of this suffering getting me anxious. All of these problems that I want to solve, but know that I'm lacking the tools, patience, voice, money, and time. I hate it. Sit back and study.
But while we wait, let me go ahead and give y'all something
to life after death. Faithful grant salvation. Reading the pages of book
to catch up on.
How does
Learn the lesson.
Looking for clues. Feeling like Steve.
We talking about it.
Shit is a breeze. That's where the Drew. Kid in my city was killed on the 4th. He was 11. Fuck do we do? We don't come together. I promise we'll lose.
Shout out to Tisha, the great conjunction and December solstice and the age of Aquarius. One of the most powerful energy shifts since 2016.
Inside that's holding you close. Till next time, I let one go. Strengthen your mind.
I am telling you, this is also a learning opportunity for me. Cause shit like this be happening. A nigga don't know what to do with his chakras. Don't know what to do with his energy. Don't know what to do with his energy. So this is gonna give us that. Tisha will be in here in just a second. Again, as y'all come in, make sure y'all comment, make sure y'all share, hit that like button.
Let your mind be free. Regardless what they choose to see. Strength comes from the valleys, not the peaks. Take your time, find peace. Stay true to who you are, no cheat. Salvation comes from those.
And look, let me get it shared too while I'm playing. Shout out to the homie Ben Brooks, like I said. That was we got the intro coming up. We got an intro that we're working on that will be here. You know what I mean? We'll be able to debut it next week. You know, we getting our professional shit. So we'll be able to debut the intro. That's gonna be the song playing in the intro. So y'all make sure y'all stay on the lookout for that there. You know, we can't be all on the internet, so we not official. This is again while we wait for my sister. This is another banger from the homie. Let me go ahead and get that played.
Gotta channel that shit.
You can go your
yeah. Me, my guys, we really.
But what y'all know about the great conjunction?
Please don't have me reach inside, and that's in the car.
Niggas was talking about superpowers and shit.
Lit off Henny when I drive. In the city, we gon' slide. Bet I be there for
I don't know.
I stay sharp like
I don't know. Let us know. Did y'all superpowers kick in? Because that was supposed to be the conversation. Niggas was supposed to be being superpowered up. Tisha gonna be able to explain why niggas was thinking that. I know y'all tired of hearing me bringing her up and ain't showing it. But here she go. Look, she got books and shit. Y'all thought she was playing? Y'all thought we came here to joke with y'all?
We back. It's so incredible.
Man, just wait till I get my mic right.
Yo, this shit feel good right here. I know you feel it.
Well, see, now that we got her on in here, we can go ahead and get the show started. Thank everybody for joining us. This is the Over 30 Podcast. I am Damo, the political plug. I am here with the holistic expert, Tisha Marie. And what we doing is we breaking down this great conjunction. It's a winter solstice, the great conjunction, the age of Aquarius, all this shit happening at once.
All of it simultaneously.
And you need a God to be able to tell you how to get through that shit. What's up, Tisha?
What's going on?
I see you got your Erykah Badu rap.
Yes.
That means you ready to get into it.
I'm in my zen. I got my crystals around my neck. Look, I'm ready for this rebirth.
Yeah, right. Now this is what you train for. It's what you train for.
Yes.
So to go ahead and get it started, let's first let's start out like this. What is the official title for what's happening, or what are the things the official title for the things that are happening? What's happening?
The official title is the winter solstice or the winter star, the solstice, whatever you want to call it. However, winter solstice, if people don't know, happens every year, twice a year actually. It's one called the summer solstice and the winter solstice, if people don't know. Summer solstice happened in Cancer season, when Cancer season begins in June, and about June 21st, 22nd. And the winter solstice happens in December during Capricorn season, about December 21st, 22nd.
So the winter solstice is something that happens every year during Capricorn season.
Every year during Capricorn season. So basically is when the two moments during the time where the northern hemisphere is furthest from the north, and the southern hemisphere is furthest from the south. And it's basically in the summertime during Cancer season is one of the longest days of the year. And then December, when it happens, is one of the shortest days of the year. So it's longer nights than it is daytime. So it's like cut the daytime shorter. That's basically what it is.
And it's only a summer and winter solstice. Is it a fall solstice? Is it ain't no spring solstice?
No, it's just like basically no. It's just basically when the equinox and the equator is tilting and the hemispheres.
You starting to talk about latitude and longitude. And shit, you know what I mean?
Yes, it's just basically initiating winter. So basically, they say today is the first day of winter. Well, on the 21st is the first day of winter.
Got you. Even though it be cold as fuck, y'all be surprised, especially in Kansas City. The first day of winter is fucking Thanksgiving. Shit, but it's cold.
A lot of religions consider this day like or consider December the 21st as like a rebirth day, a day to be reborn, a day to be rebirthed, because a lot of religions think that this is the day that Jesus was born. Biblical purposes, from
the religions that believe in Jesus.
They believe, since like the story of the wise men. I don't like to say the three wise men, because in the origins of the story does not say three wise men. It just says
it does not include a number. 100%.
Yes,
right.
It says the wise men, and they said on that day the wise men were known to be astrologers that seen the star on the day Jesus was born, and he identified the star as a rebirth and a day where all kinds of synchronicities can take place. Like you just tap into your powers, you tap into your destinies, you be on a different trajectory. Synchronicities start happening where you have these innate abilities and these powerful events that take place simultaneously on that day. And one of the most powerful beings were created biblical reasons, biblical perspectives. But
I mean, and for people that, I mean, for open-minded people, right? For
yes, yes, yes.
open-minded people, it's pretty easy to understand. Like, it's a lot of, I mean, it's things associated with the stars that you see through different religions and
Yeah.
spiritual systems. Not even to say religion, spiritual systems. So, of course, any significant day in the skies would mean it's a significant day for the spirit, right? That's
Yes.
common sense.
It is.
Um,
People got to understand that the stars resonate with us so much. Even in the Bible, they speak of the stars. And why would the wise men identify the star and accentuate on that star and make it conspicuous? Such a big deal to associate a star with a birth of a being so infinite and so amazing as Jesus was deemed and depicted to be.
right.
So
All right. So that's the winter solstice,
that's the
but
winter
there's
solstice.
also the great conjunction that's happening.
The Great Conjunction. So now, just to get the winter solstice out the way, that happens every year. Everybody don't, go crazy. This is nothing new. It happens every year. Now the conjunction happens. The conjunction, this amazing major conjunction where Saturn and Jupiter, two gas giants, two big planets, amazing, powerful planets, one of the most powerful planets on two ends of the spectrums.
What
Uh,
like signs do those planets coincide with?
Okay, Saturn is Capricorn, and which is
Saturn is Capricorn.
obviously this is the Capricorn season. Saturn rules Capricorn,
Mm-hmm.
and Jupiter rules Sagittarius.
Mm,
Yeah, planet
mm.
of luck, wisdom, abundance, prosperity.
So what does
Uh,
that mean for my son? My son is a Sagittarius.
he's a Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Oh
Yeah.
man, to be ruled by Jupiter is the biggest planet of the uh,
But
the
you know what? We actually gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that in a
Okay,
little bit.
okay,
We
okay,
we
okay,
learning right now. You know what I'm saying? We
okay,
are students at the feet of the holistic expertise from Marie.
okay. Okay,
Um,
we'll talk about Jupiter in a minute.
right.
We can talk about the conjunction. Okay, so the conjunction, with that being said, a
Mm-hmm.
conjunction is basically, let me just give you the definition of a conjunction so people would understand that a conjunction is when two major planets is basically occupying one zodiac. So it has to be major, and it actually is a meaning behind it. So two
Mm-hmm.
major planets come together into one zodiac, and that zodiac sign today or in this moment is Aquarius.
Mm-hmm.
That's the zodiac sign when Saturn and Jupiter is occupying Aquarius, the zodiac sign, humanitarian, the fickle, the jaded, no, the
Nah,
amazing,
keep it real with him. Keep it real with him.
intellectual.
We ain't
Yeah,
being nice.
yeah, no. Aquarius is very fickle and jaded. Intellectual, they're very smart. They're very airy thinking, so they think outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
Helping, coming together as a community sign, great community sign, sign that stays with the trajectory, a sign that's very intellectual in speech, communication, those type of things. Mental runs and rules the mental
Mm-hmm.
parts of your body. But anyway, that conjunction happened during the solstice, so it makes it such a powerful shift that it is and it happened on this day. And then, not to mention, this conjunction only happens every 19.5 years, but the last time
Okay.
this conjunction happened was year 2000.
Huh. Did that have a lot to do with people going stupid crazy over the
That's
Y2J bug?
probably what it was. But then, crazy thing about it is this conjunction before the year 2000 didn't happen until the last time it happened was the 15th century.
Shit. 1623, you said.
Yes, 1623.
And I told you I was gonna do my research.
You did. You did.
Uh,
You did.
and okay, and so what we have here is we have two major heavenly bodies, Jupiter and Saturn, correct?
Hmm.
Um, occupying the sign of Aquarius as we move into the age of Aquarius. Is this correct?
Well, we've been in the age of Aquarius. That's what people have to understand. Age of Aquarius
We've
been
been
happening.
here. You know, people been making it
Yeah.
seem like we just shifting into that.
No,
So we've been in the age of
no, no, no,
Aquarius.
no, no, no. People have to understand. Age of Aquarius has been going on. We've
See,
been
that's
in
why
the age of
y'all didn't even know what was
Aquarius.
happening to y'all because you don't even know what age
Yes,
you
Age of Aquarius is a 25-year span. It happens
in. Okay.
25 years for 25 years. I think Age of Aquarius started, I want to say 2016, 2015. Age of Aquarius been happening though.
Okay.
I don't know the exact date, but we've been in an Age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius is when, and if you really, really, really want to know the actual zodiac sign of Aquarius, look at Aquarius is the ruthless, the I move at the beat of my own drum. I do not conform or
Mm.
commit to anything. I'm a rebel. I I the authority is not in my vocabulary. That just
Yeah.
conforming to authority is not in my.
Aquarius is a resistant motherfucker. You a
Yes, very,
contrarian type motherfucker.
yes.
Yeah.
So it's basically rising above authority, being entrepreneurs, like creating a lot of entrepreneurs, going against the government, going against any type of authority, creating your own lanes, creating your own rules, standing up for injustices, being humanitarian, coming together as a community. If you really look at how society has been shaping and shifting into that direction, I mean,
Yeah.
we had so many different events that took place that like really, really made that very significant that we are in and definitely in the age of Aquarius. I mean, we had the George Floyd, Breonna Taylors, we had, I mean, a
Okay. Oh,
plethora of
so you
other
saying
events.
so you saying that the relationship that the Black Lives Matter protest and all these things
Oh,
have
all that is age of Aquarius.
all
Yes.
of that is age of Aquarius. Okay, so
Finally, we're standing up. And not to mention, it's not just us.
yeah.
Everyone is coming together. So you see a
Okay.
lot of coming together of different races, different countries, different places. I mean, all across the world actually
Just kind of
coming
pushing
together.
back against
Yeah,
what they feel like is
against,
some authoritarian
yes,
shit.
yes,
Okay, all
yes.
right. So as a part of that, what does Jupiter and Saturn occupying Aquarius, what how does it become significant?
Jupiter occupying Aquarius. Okay, so Jupiter and
Shout out
Saturn
to the
have.
homie Chris Harris, Black Intelligentsia in the building. He in the
Hey,
chat.
what's going on? Jupiter and Aquarius both have meaning. I'm sorry, Jupiter and Saturn. Sorry,
Yeah, Jupiter and Saturn, yeah.
Jupiter and Saturn both have meanings. Both of them two big gas giants, and Jupiter is actually the largest planet in the zodiac. Or I'm sorry, the God, Lee, I can't think of the largest planet in the atmosphere.
Solar
Jesus,
system like a
the solar
motherfucker.
system. Jesus, Liz.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, so Jupiter is the largest planet in the
What
zodiac.
you drinking? I thought I was drinking something. What are you drinking?
I actually need to drink my energy drink. I just been running around all day,
See,
just
now that
like
green
other
shit
stuff.
getting to your head, girl. Leave that shit
It
alone.
is. It's got
But
my mind foggy, and then my scarf probably too tight. But
right.
anyway, Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system, and Jupiter is gives you a more positive energy, more harmonious energy. Jupiter is a planet of luck, wisdom, expansion,
Okay.
prosperity, abundance. It gives you that. So when you think of Jupiter, you think of all those great things because it gives you really good, positive, harmonious energy, and it's the biggest
Okay.
planet of the solar system. And then you have your Saturn. Saturn is probably one of the most aggressive, next to Pluto and Mars,
Uh-huh.
and they're the most aggressive of signs. And Saturn, it just disciplines you a lot. Saturn, it gives you that restriction, that limitation, that discipline. It gets you on your trajectory. It puts you in that place. And if you think about the sign of Capricorn, it's ruled by Saturn, you understand how like disciplined a Capricorn can be. Like if you think about a Capricorn, they're very disciplined. They're very focused signs. They're very tunnel vision signs that stay on their trajectory, that executes their goals, that works very, very, very hard because they're very disciplined signs. And then they also like to be alone. Saturn is a little furthest from the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Jupiter is far from the Earth, but it's not as far as Saturn. Saturn is probably the furthest from the Earth. You got Mercury and Venus is very close to the Earth, and then you got Saturn is a little further back from the Earth. But now you have these two big giant of planets coming together, and they're meeting. They're like soulmates because you have this very aggressive planet that's coming, which is
Mm-hmm.
Saturn, and you have this very harmonious sign that's planet that's coming, and they're both meeting. They're both meeting, and this is the closest they ever came. A conjunction is basically when they're within like 10 degrees or in the same degrees or within 10 degrees from each other. So this is probably the closest they will ever be or will be in the next 19.5 years. So
Okay, so
when
so
they're
we
this
witnessed this
close,
something.
we're gonna feel both of those energies pulling,
All
and then
right,
they
so
occupying.
that proximity increases kind of like the
Absolutely. You
energy that it
feel
puts off.
yes. Because
Okay.
they're two powerful planets. They're the most powerful,
Oh
some
shit.
of the most powerful
I don't
planets. So
see
they
how you
give
do
out
it.
the most powerful energy.
Okay. So all right, so this is some so 2020 it's been preparing for some shit actually. That's
It's
why
preparing
2020
for
been like it is because
yeah,
it was setting up for this shit that's happening right now. I mean, and motherfuckers been
absolutely.
complaining about 2020 since 2016. 2016 sucked, 2015, you know what I'm saying, 24 or 17, 18, 19 sucked. And then 2020 was just like the season finale.
Yeah,
'Cause now we got the great
exactly.
conjunction. Okay,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Listen. It's a whole new science. Y'all ain't ready for it.
It's the
Y'all ain't ready
shift.
for
It's
it. It's
the
a whole new
shift that's
science.
happening. Yes.
So with this shift happening, you said what is the significance of the harmonious energies and the aggressive energies of Saturn and Jupiter coming into contact with each other? How do those things interact? What does that mean?
So with those two energies coming to contact and occupying Aquarius, what I depict from it personally, I feel like since Aquarius is such
Now
a
we take your
community,
word as an expert now. You the over 30 holistic expert. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
So from your let me reframe it like this. From your expert opinion.
From my expert, okay, there we go. From my expert
Mhm.
opinion, I feel strongly that Jupiter and Saturn both are basically here to tell us it's time to be reborn. This shift is such a major shift because um from my perspective, I feel like it's like two soulmates meeting, correct? So when two soulmates meet, they're meeting, and that meeting is going to be hot and cold. That meeting is going to be harmonious and inharmonious, but that meeting is going to change the whole trajectory because that is the shift that we're in, and it's going to shift us into a new direction. It's going to
Mhm.
awaken us first of all because we're going to be reborn. And if you really do your work and your inner work and you have been on that path of trying to grow and elevate, this is the time and the shift that's supposed to take place. If you really look back and do your research on the 15th century when this conjunction happened, all that's when technology was introduced to this world. That's when they created all these crazy,
Wait.
magnificent
So
things
you're
that
saying that we can look back at history,
absolutely,
see significant moments in which the world has been changed,
yes,
and
when this shift
also
happened.
correlate those significant moments with what was happening in the skies with the stars?
Absolutely. So this
Okay.
shift happened back in the 15th century, back in 1623. When this
Mhm.
shift happened, that's
Let me
when.
see. While you explaining that, I'm gonna see what was going on in 1623. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. If you really, really wanna look up winter solstice, 1623, when and Saturn and Jupiter conjunction. Um, so basically, when that shift happened, it was so many great things that was invented, so many great things that was created, and it was such a amazing moment in time where things that we benefit from today was being created. And not only things, people were being birthed at that time that we were descendants from, that actually were amazing imprint, that left an imprint and an impact on us to this day, that we're actually descendants from. If you really, really, really want to really do your research, intense research like that, we're actually descendants from those. So that's why they say the African American people were supposed to get some type of powers, because at that time frame, it was a certain place. I believe it was Africa. I want to say Africa. I think it was Africa. It was a certain place in Africa where we as descendants, because they say all of us descended from Africa, arguably, we actually we're actually descendants from those people. So they said that we are actually tapping into some innate powers that we had from that conjunction. But for me, you've been having powers. Your powers always been there. It's never
So that was where
left.
the whole we gonna get superpowers on the 21st shit came from,
Yes,
because it
yes,
was gonna
yes.
be there was gonna be a special like this great
Awakening,
conjunction was gonna unlock our powers.
actually.
Now I say this because
Yeah.
we talked about this on the Chop Up, my other podcast that I do on Mondays. Shout out to the Chop Up Show, George Toya. Y'all know
Shout
what it is.
out to the chopper.
We talked about this in our Snapchat, and we talked about what our superpowers were. Now, I would be remiss if I did not allow you yourself. I'm like fucking up. I'd be remiss if I didn't allow you yourself to explain what your superpower was, because you saying it was already unlocked. You saying you
Already.
already had it.
Already.
So I want to know what your superpower is. It is first off. But first I'll say my superpower that I feel like has been unlocked is the power of not giving a fuck. A lot of people can't do it.
A lot of people can't
A
do
lot
it.
of people
That
care
is
way too much
absolutely
about
true.
shit that they should not give a fuck about,
That is so
and I
true.
could care fucking less.
That's true. That's
So
that.
that's
I
my
think they've been there
superpower.
though. I'm telling
Yeah,
you, that superpower of yours been there. I think that been there
but
since like elementary some shit.
right. But this is the thing. Like it just it amplified. When you come into yourself, you realize,
Absolutely.
damn, I just really don't care. Like why you do this? Why you do this? Because I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And don't get it twisted. Like I care about shit. Like I care about this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like I care about helping my sister get her message out, because like this information right here is useful, is valuable. It's not some shit that's telling you how to live your life. It's some shit that's helping you understand you. You know what I mean? And so I care about shit like that. But when it comes to what we doing right here, my superpower is like I don't give a fuck about your opinion or whatever it is. If you learning from this shit, that's a boost. If not, you can keep it pushing. Sometimes people be like, no, give us feedback. Nope, keep your feedback. Don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know
Like
what I'm
that.
saying? We
If
building.
you really are like into like the esoterics and the pseudosciences and the metaphysics of life, and trying to really find out the whys and the hows and the whens of life, you really have to have thick skin, because you have a lot of
Without a doubt.
naysayers, and
Without a doubt.
yeah, you have a lot of people like testing you and questioning things and wanting to know like, why do you think this way and they think this way, and if you're going against the societal norm, it's like definitely like, oh man, it's
Yeah,
definitely like,
people, it don't make sense. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So that's my
destroying.
superpower. I ain't nobody special. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody special.
You're
However,
amazing.
what superpower do you feel? Because you got, third eye open, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
What superpower do you feel has been amplified by the conjunction?
I feel my clairvoyance. I feel like I can read people a lot deeper. I don't think since the conjunction, like I said, I've been doing my work. So conjunction only really for me, it impacts everyone
Get
around
out
me
your
to,
ego, girl. Okay. We know you
like, I
don't.
feel like
We
this.
know
Listen,
you
I
don't.
feel like this though. I feel like this. The conjunction may have impacted everyone around me that will impact me. So
Hmm.
if they're waking up to certain things and certain aspects about themselves, that brings more people to me to
Hmm.
want to know. So that helps me no matter what. It's all going to be a community thing. It's all going to be a community of people feeding off of people. It's working together with people. Even the actual communities of the astrologers is going to come together. The community of humanitarians, the community of whatever your business is, your community in that subjective area is going to come together. For me, I feel like I can read people a lot deeper. I have this clairvoyance about myself, and that's like one of my spiritual gifts. I can read people. I can feel people on a deeper level. It's like far as they're thinking, when they're coming, what to expect from them. Like I have
What
that.
they expect from you?
No.
Nah,
I'm pretty.
so you ain't
And
psychic.
listen,
You ain't Miss Cleo, goddammit. You ain't Miss Cleo.
I got a lot of Aquarius in my chart, so I like to think like I never do the same thing twice, so I can never be figured out. That's my motto.
Oh, see, that's why
That's
you
my
acting
motto.
like this. You trying to flex because this is your shit. Your whole shit been superpowered. You know what I'm saying? Supercharged. You got 2 planets
Oh
sitting in your shit
man,
right now.
I got a lot of Aquarius in my chart, so listen, I literally don't like to do the same thing twice, so I can never be figured out.
But you got 2 planets sitting in your shit right now. So now, so you got the aggressive shit, and then you got the harmonious shit. So you passive aggressive.
I guess you could say that. I guess you could say that's what it's about to be. A lot of passive aggressive energy.
Ooh, you know that's a good transition. That's a
But
good
like
transition.
to actually put it in layman's terms for you guys, it's actually gonna be Saturn, i.e. Saturn, is gonna discipline us into on a trajectory that we need to be on. So it's gonna focus us, whatever focus or trajectory you need to be on subjectively, it's gonna put you on a trajectory and it's gonna focus you. It's gonna discipline you. You're gonna have to stay strategic. You have to
Get
stay
your ass in
focused.
line.
You have to stay tunnel vision. You have to work hard. You have to
Mhm.
have literally limited things that you can do, because anything that you try to do outside of that trajectory is going to somehow force you back on that trajectory, and it's going to
You got to get
limit
your
and
shit back
restrict
together.
everything that's going on. And then you have Jupiter that's going to come in and produce all the prosperity and all the things that you need to keep furthering you on that trajectory.
Hey, it's
And
the
then,
water in the sun. It's the water in the
yes,
sun.
absolutely. And then you
Yeah.
got that Aquarian that's going to have everybody around you as a community come together and help you on that trajectory. And we're going to come together as a community. We're going to come together and rebel. We're going to come together and become entrepreneurs, business owners, and even more subjectively or personally, we're going to come together and focus on each other and how to grow each other, and mentally, spiritually, emotionally. We're going to birth so many parts of each other, and all our spiritual gifts is going to be unlocked. I feel like every human being on this earth has a spiritual gift. It's just you suppress it a lot, and you
Yeah,
have so many
you gotta tap into
distractions.
it. You gotta tap
Yeah,
into it. Yeah. So
yeah.
I think that's a good transition into the next part of the conversation, which I think is extremely important, and that is, what does that mean for me? And when I say me, I mean us, like you, like person watching. What does
Okay.
that mean for somebody that's trying to figure it out? We know that we got this good cop, bad cop thing going. Because
Hmm.
that's what you just described to me. You just described to me good cop, bad cop.
Right,
You
right,
know what
right,
I'm saying?
right.
Saturn is the good cop.
Saturn is the good cop.
No, that's what
Now
I hold
Saturn
on.
is
No,
the bad cop.
Saturn is the bad cop. That's what I
Yeah, Saturn
Saturn
is
is
the
the bad
bad
cop.
cop.
Saturn gonna slap you around, get you together.
Oh yeah.
Then Jupiter's gonna come in and like, listen, we just want to help you.
Listen,
You
look,
know,
Saturn is
we just
gonna be like, I don't think we should use cops because too, too
but
soon.
you know, but you know that good but you know what I mean by good cop, bad
No,
cop. It's
I know
like
what you mean.
it's that balance. It's you get roughed up a little bit, but
Uh-huh.
then you get consoled. So you can, the police want to loosen your lips. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
so Saturn and
And then
Jupiter are playing that role of
you have that good lawyer that come in, and that's
yeah,
Jupiter, and that
yeah,
gets you off. That gets you to soothe everything, cancel the
yeah,
case, get
yeah.
that thrown out,
Get
have
that out of there.
everything. Yeah, get that out of there. All your debt paid off, from court cases and court fees and all that
Dang.
stuff. That's that Jupiter. So
Right.
it might be hard, it may be strenuous, it may like really make you focus. I mean, it may be like very give you anxiety, make you stressed out, but that Jupiter comes in and give you everything that you work for, and it won't have to be hard. It won't
Right.
have to be, it will all be worth it in the end, basically.
Yeah,
It won't
Jupiter
have to
kind of
be
represents that fulfillment.
difficult to manifest those
Yeah.
things once you really see what Saturn is doing, and it's not being like aggressive. Everybody needs Saturn. Everybody needs a Saturn in their life. Everybody needs it because if we didn't have Saturn and we just had Jupiter, we wouldn't be these amazing beings that we are. We have to. Nothing makes us grow more than a challenge, and
Ooh,
that's that Saturn.
I like that. I like that. You got to be made uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? To
Absolutely,
grow straight up.
absolutely.
So as we transition into this second part of the conversation, I want more of an understanding of what impact does that have on us.
Okay.
Um, so like you said, I think you laid down a great foundation in terms of understanding that there is a push and pull that's going on, right?
Hmm.
Like you get pushed in a direction to be pulled toward prosperity. But you
Absolutely,
gotta take that push, right? And Saturn
absolutely.
represents that push.
Hmm.
But we know that these energies reverberate different with different people. So for you as a Taurus, right? Um, and you say you're a Taurus with a lot of Sagittarius in your chart,
I
right?
have a lot of Aquarius in my chart. Yeah,
Aquarius, my fault. Aquarius, yeah, right.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
we in
yeah,
your shit. We in your shit.
yeah.
So as a Taurus with a lot of Aquarius in your chart, um, for you, right? What are some of the things that you look out for to understand what's happening as this transition takes place? Because I think that's a part of the problem with people getting the most out of a transition is knowing
Mhm.
that's what's happening. And
Okay.
if you don't handle a transition properly, you will fuck it up.
All right. So let me preamp it with this because I don't want to confuse people when I say this. I want to actually really break this down too because I think this is very important that we know this. I think this actually in astrology is one of the most important things that we should really know about ourselves. So we have obviously we have planets in the solar system, right? So
Mhm,
from the year you were born, you cycle through each planet for a whole year
mhm,
as from the year. So I am on my Saturn period in my planet, in my life. So with that being said, Saturn is very aggressive. It's very disciplined. It's very focused. It's a focused planet. So with
mhm.
that being said, you go from Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, back to Mercury. Each seven, you cycle through these planets
So
seven
where
years
does that
for an
start from?
entire year.
Does that start from
Mercury,
where we was born from? Like, so if you was born,
from the year you
I
were
was born in
born.
Scorpio. What planet? Just so I know this, what planet corresponds with Scorpio?
Scorpio actually occupies two planets because
I knew we was tight. I knew we was dope.
they don't consider Pluto a planet anymore. Scorpio used to Pluto used to rule Scorpio, but they don't consider
It's
but
a
modern.
heavenly body. Fuck it. That's a planet. It's a heavenly body. Goddamn it. It's in the solar system.
Yeah, yes. But Mars is another ruler of Scorpio.
Pluto and Mars.
They don't consider Pluto a planet. So but if you're a modern day astrologer, you probably don't consider Pluto a planet. But older astrologers really still consider Pluto a planet. And Pluto used to originally rule Scorpio, but they changed Scorpio to rule or Mars to rule Scorpio and
Who
Aries.
changed it? Who changed it?
Just astrologer. So I
Astrology.
actually don't know the origins of who changed it, but I
Yeah.
just know now, just based off my knowledge, that
And
Scorpio
Mars
was
corresponds with Aries.
yes,
Oh, ain't
yes,
that a bitch? That's the bad
Aries.
guy from fucking Wonder Woman. We was just watching that shit the other day. That's the God of War though. I don't want to be the. I don't want to be. I don't want my shit to correspond with the God of War.
Yeah,
Cause
but
look,
you know,
you know,
Mars is a really amazing energy. It gives you a really amazing energy. That's the sexual planet, the most amazing
don't do
sexual
it.
aggressive planet. And I mean, it
Don't do
makes
it.
sense for Scorpio to be in it, being that Scorpios are considerably like high sexual energy planet, and it's occupied by Mars, or Mars. It occupies Mars, so.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's something that I work out with my therapist. But you know, But
So
this helps. You know what I'm saying? Because I got an excuse now. So when I go in
gotcha,
and talk to
gotcha.
my
You
shrink,
can tell your therapist, like, listen,
um,
look,
yeah, let them
Moses, my
know, man. I didn't
ruler.
figure it out. I've been wasting my money on you. It ain't even got shit to do with how I think. God damn it, it's everything else. Thank you for your time. But your services are no
Oh
longer
man.
needed.
Right.
I
All
understand what
right.
the problem is now.
Yes,
It ain't even
absolutely.
me. Um,
So, with that being said, we cycle through those seven planets. Every year we cycle through it. You just got to figure out the actual year you were born and count down every 7 years. You start over from Mercury all the way up to Neptune. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You'll figure out what year you're on. You'll figure out the energy from that year. So my year is a Saturn year. Saturn years are always very, very, very discipline for me. I have to really stay focused on my stuff. It actually limits all the outside noise. It actually takes like outside things away from me and have me really focus on what I need to focus on. And I really was focused this entire year. But with that being said, with this conjunction being Saturn and Jupiter and in Aquarius, it actually makes sense for me personally as a Taurus. If you were a Taurus born in 1988, this is benefits for you as well. You are definitely on your Saturn year as well. And with that being said, for a Taurus, it actually took away because Saturn actually is the discipline. It took away your ability to stay focused on your
mhm,
things and actually have like the drive that you needed to go execute, or I'm sorry, not the drive, but it took away your ability to execute your goals. So now this energy with Jupiter in conjunction with Saturn and gives you the ability to focus on your goal and execute it as well. So I think that now the Tauruses are now coming into this new age where they are able to actually execute their goals and not have any type of mishaps or divine interventions in their way and things that's totally out of their control, and these crazy occurrences happening in their life where it would prevent them from actually executing their goals. There's going to be like a really good harmonious energy that's helping them along the way to execute their goals and their dreams, and it's going to be very, very great for them to do it. And especially like being able to have that social success as well, those people to come together and to help you, accompany you on that trajectory. There was a lot of that was not happening for Tauruses that was born in 88 in their Saturn period. But I think for every sign, it was a little bit of that, a little bit of
okay.
not being able to actually execute their goals, or it being so hard to actually do it because there was so many things that was pushing and pulling and just getting in the way of actually wanting to actually have the life they envision. So now
Gotcha.
this energy is going to be a little more harmonious and helping that push a little bit and give you a little bit of more good prosperity and abundant along the way to help you.
And I think if you got the right understanding, this is the light at the end of the tunnel for a lot of people.
Exactly. It
If you
is.
got that, if you have an understanding of what's happening, a lot of times, specifically when people going through shit, it's just like it just seems like you going through shit for the sake of going through shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that ends up getting in the way of getting the most out of tumultuous situations because you think it's just happening just for the sake of happening, or it shouldn't be happening to you, or you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's all these things associated with trying to persuade our own feelings that get in the way of like actually learning from what's happening. And I
Absolutely.
think what an explanation of what's happening with this conjunction is you have people literally understanding why. This is why shit has been popping off the way that it's been popping off. But if I have like the insight and understanding, like it's a season that will allow for a lot of growth.
There you
A
go.
lot of, I mean, shit, especially if you
Yes.
feel like shit been looking funny since 2016, like a lot of people been feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's been really difficult. People really, really, yeah, like if people paid attention, like you're saying, it's really been difficult since even before 2016, but even since 2016 for a lot of zodiac signs. Like I have a list here. It was like the challenges that took place for each zodiac sign since then.
Let's go through some of
Um,
that. So what? So
yeah.
let's start with me. Start with me.
Scorpio. Okay, so it says for Scorpio, it was a lack of understanding from others. A lack of understanding from others for Scorpio. So I'm thinking that maybe like being not being understood. Scorpios not feeling understood, not being understood. um, which I know which with the way Scorpios think they're so intellectual, they probably lose a lot of people. Uh,
Man, who you telling?
yeah. So
Who are
it
you telling?
is very difficult because they have such a keen and analytical mindset. They probably lose a lot of people and not being understood, not being able to have people keep up with their conversation or their intellect. So you know, hey.
Okay, so you know that kind of hit home a little bit. I ain't, I'm not gonna speak too much about my own. I don't talk too much about my life in the internet, but being understood, that mean a lot to me. That definitely is
Mm.
something that means a lot to me. But I also want to hear from your perspective. So as so you said you got a lot of Aquarius in your chart, but what's your
Uh,
sign?
my sign is a Taurus sign. I am a
Oh,
Taurus
you
sun
right, you
sign.
are a Taurus. I don't even
Taurus
know how I
sun
forgot
sign.
that.
I have
You
Aquarius
dangerous.
in my
Taurus
Mars.
just have scarred me. Just so you,
Your
I'm
wife
like a
is a
nigga.
Taurus.
Hey, did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? Tauruses have
uh,
scarred me.
when is your wife's birthday again? She's a May Taurus or
April
April?
20th. She's supposed to be
Oh,
like a mix between. Is it a Taurus and a Gemini?
Aries. No,
A
Aries and a
Taurus and
Taurus.
Aries, huh?
Yeah, Aries.
Okay. Yeah. See, and that got to be a bad mix. That can't be healthy. Both of us can't be ruled by Taurus like a motherfucker.
Yeah. No, she got a lot of Aries and Taurus, which I have a it's a it's a long story, but they have a thing called decadence where you actually have three 10-day periods where you occupy a zodiac sign or you have different energies from that zodiac sign, um, giving you that push. So April 20th Taurus is definitely in the Aries decadence. So it have like a lot of Aries qualities and characteristics of Aries. And then like it's a second decadence, which actually definitely characteristics of a Taurus. And the third decadent is like Gemini Taurus characteristics. So it's different phases, so different people. So since I'm April the 24th Taurus, I have like a lot of Aries energy. I see as I got older
The
and
24th, for real?
matured.
So
What's
it's
that?
4 days after my wife's birthday. Ain't that some shit?
You said what? Say that
I
again.
say your birthday is the 24th. That's 4 days after my wife's birthday. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's
So,
crazy.
yeah, but this may help me. So I'm actually glad that you're here. Bet this. I'm glad that you're here. In terms of how this conjunction is taking place, what obstacles has that created for Tauruses up until this point?
Tauruses, like I was saying, it was just basically lost of focus and lost of focus. They are really they're on their destiny, not so much as everyday life, but actually what they're supposed to be doing, destined to do, the trajectory they're destined to be on. It really like made them really like fickle and jaded or overwhelmed to actually execute that destiny or that stay focused on that destiny. They may start it and get procrastinate on it or have a really slow start to it and have trouble executing it from all the overwhelming things that took place in their lives, and just life happening just made them just fall off their trajectory and just probably did something that had no they had no business doing or didn't have nothing to do with their destiny. You know,
Okay.
just passing time, you know.
Yeah, just kind of
So
waiting shit out.
yeah,
That can't be productive.
absolutely.
That can't be productive at all. Okay,
Absolutely.
and
But I think Aries, that goes a lot with different people. If they really like your wife, for instance, if she's like April 20th Taurus, which is cusp. They say it's a cusp, but I don't believe in cusps because I feel like it's a day and time where zodiac ends and begins. So, I think she's definitely an April Taurus. Or I think she's definitely a Taurus, but arguably with some astrologers, she's
yeah,
Aries. So yeah. Um, but
crazy.
anywho, for Aries, it's career troubles and challenges in careers.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, that's interesting. All right, I'm
yeah.
definitely gonna take that into account. So to wrap up and understand it, right? So we know what it is.
Hmm.
We know that we got to be careful in terms of energies and what that means for things that's been taking place in our life.
Hmm.
Um, go ahead, and what should people be doing to make sure that what's happening with this conjunction and what's been leading up until this point? What do people have to do in order to fully benefit?
In order to fully benefit, I think honestly now they won't even have a choice but not to benefit because, like I said, Saturn is going to discipline them and limit them of things they could do and things that could distract them. So it's literally nothing you can do but to, you have no excuse right now. But if you wanted to be something or do something to not get on your trajectory, it's so many, there's such good energy in this atmosphere right now. It is really no excuse. But the things that you could do to stay focused, to stay in tune, to stay on your trajectory, and to not feel so overwhelmed by that Saturn energy is basically to, like, meditate, eat healthy, get your crystals. Crystals really been helping me. I got all my crystals on my desk like right now. I charged them last night under the influence, in the moon and in the sun. I charged them, so I feel real great energy around me just in my atmosphere alone. But your oils, your bath, your
I need to go
rituals.
charge some of my wife crystals like a motherfucker.
Yeah, and cut off all that noise. The things that no longer serve you is really about to fall off your life. It's about to be so many synchronicities taking place. The things that is not conducive to your growth is about to fall out of your life. It's about to dissipate from your life amazingly, tremendously, to the point where you won't do anything but have that energy replaced with something just as amazing that is going to benefit you on your trajectory. But it's going to be so many rebirths. There's so many amazing people in this time, so many inventors. The things that you never thought you would be doing, you're about to start doing because you yourself, now I'm talking to everyone out here watching, you yourself could be or create descendants from something from your bloodline, and you're going to be such a creator or inventor of something that this world is going to use centuries from now. You're going to be that person.
Big. That's
You're going to
big.
be that person.
That's big. And
So
I think
that's what this rebirth is doing.
and I take that serious because like I say like my son was born December 4th. I think that's his birthday. Yeah, December 4th. That's his birthday. It's new. I still gotta remember it. It's new.
It's
He's
new.
new. Uh, shit, I got family.
Oh
I got
man.
nieces and nephews that's way older than my son, and I'm still
Yeah.
trying to remember their
You still
birthday.
trying to
Um,
remember it.
but
I get
I
it. I
think it's
get
something
it.
that's dope for my son. I think it's something
Hmm.
that's dope for my son to be born during this time, during a great, transitional period where shit happens that's never happened before. Because it's like it. I mean it means that it's something that's meant for him. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
if because I these energies and these are things that I pay attention to. That's why I enjoy these conversations. I mean, because I'm a politics guy. I'm a
Hmm.
critical race theory guy, philosophy, all of that type of shit. So like getting into the thoughts and all that shit. I love that shit. But astrology is a science,
Mm,
and
I love it.
it's a lot of things that it's a lot of foundational information that you need to
Hmm.
understand natal charts and
Hmm.
what the stars mean for who we are as
Hmm.
people, how it
Hmm.
connects to us spiritually and all of that shit. So
Hmm.
to see or to know that my son is being born and being shaped and his life is being you got these energies that's pretty much coming down on him the way that it is. I'm excited.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm excited
Absolutely.
going into this going into 2021, especially after 2020 sucked as bad as it fucking did.
I don't think it could be
uh
no worse than this. They say when you're at the bottom, the only way you can know is up.
Shit, don't
Yeah, I
say
don't.
that. We fuck around and get Armageddon in 2021. Niggas is like, it can't be no worse. Jesus fuck around and come back.
He's so
All the
correct.
niggas on
But
listen,
and
all the niggas that's been talking shit about this Jesus ain't real. Ain't no J. It wasn't no J back then. That
it
nigga
was
come
no
back
J.
and have all these niggas looking stupid.
He said it wasn't no J back then. I'm sick. That'd be the main thing that we saying, especially them Hebrew Israelites. Shout out to the
Yeah,
Hebrew
man. Shout out to
Israelites.
Television Debate League, man. That's where
Yes, yes, yes,
I
yes.
learned a lot of this shit.
Yeah.
But any last bits of information, anything else you want the people to have? You know what I
Any
mean? Just
parting
so
words?
yeah.
Through this uh event that's taking place through this shift, just always say stay centered, stay true to yourself. If you have a goal, if you have plans, get your pen and paper out, write down your list that you need to do. These goals right now. If you had problems in the past, executing your goals right now is the opportune time. Don't think anything that you're thinking is too absurd, too crazy, too astronomical, too out of the ordinary for it to be accomplished, for it to be done. It's needed. Whether it's needed now or 10 years from now, it is needed. Ideals ahead of their time is one of the most things that's actually needed now, because that's what people are looking for. The ideals ahead of people's time, not the ideas that's popping now, but the ideas that may be conducive in the future. So don't think that your goals is crazy. Don't think that their goals are outlandish. Just think of yourself as something that's needed in this society and do it. We're all are gonna be conducive to that growth, and it's gonna be the universe and God is gonna conspire. It's gonna send people. It's gonna have people help you and accompany you on that goal that you're trying to execute. So please get started, because it's about to be a birth of amazing people, and your generations after generations are gonna look up to you, just like we do the Huey P. Newtons and the Edgar Allan Poes and
Shout
the
out
I
to
don't
shout
know.
out to my boy. Yeah,
Shout out
Huey
to,
T. Huey
yeah,
Thomas. Shout out to my
yeah.
boy.
Shout out to Dominique's son. Um, but yeah, all the other great, amazing people, the Nikola Teslas, and all the amazing people that was birthed back then, that created the things that we're using today, like the Tesla. Tesla was created back then, and we did not care for an electric car, but now look at us. Now
Mm.
look at us. So just know now is start time to start that birth and that goal, and come, let's do it, let's grow, let's evolve together.
Let's do that. Well, hey, glad that everybody that was able to join us, glad y'all was able to join us. We hoping that y'all take the most and get the most out of this winter solstice slash great conjunction. And we already in the age of Aquarius, but knowing what that means, and and the importance of that. Pay attention to who you are, man. Pay attention to the world. Everything, you know what I'm saying, happens for a reason. And being able to capitalize on these energy shifts, these obstacles, to turn out and create greater greater scenarios. It's up to us, and that's all this information provides. And so appreciate everybody to be able to join the show, and we're gonna see y'all. Hey, next week we doing natal charts.
Yes.
If you are trying to get your natal chart read to learn more about yourself and what you need to do to pay attention to these transitions and energies, make sure y'all stay tuned next Tuesday, the Over30 Podcast. And we out.